Hey guys, MasakoX here, and I just want to say that I have a new shirt out on Teespring, which is all about Bulma. I am Bulma Fierce. If you want to make Bulma Fierce too, then check out the link in the description or up top. Now, enjoy the video. Wow, this arc is actually going really well. But what about the ending though? Hey guys, MasakoX here. Today, we're going to be doing a little theorizing. This week is mostly celebrating the past. Characters and incidents that have gone down in the Dragon Ball series which proved pivotal and significant. This time though, we're looking to the future of the arc that we're currently in, the Universe Survival Arc. Back in December 2016, Toei announced to the world that we were about to get ourselves a whole brand new arc come February. An arc which ultimately became so much of a tonal shift that we needed a brand new opening just to celebrate the occasion. That type of gesture is really only used for massive changes in the story, and that is exactly what we got. At Goku's request, the Omni Kings Tournament of Power martial arts tournament between universes now begins. But this also proves to be the beginning of universal destruction. What awaits the victors of this tournament and the vanquished? How will these intense team battles between the elites of each universe turn out? Dragon Ball Super enters its new chapter, the Universe Survival Arc. It'll be a full throttle story where Goku and the rest of the Universe 7 warriors form a team to take on a tournament between universes. Artificial Human number 17 and Majin Buu are there too, so personally I can't contain my excitement at the thought of what kind of fights we'll see. Look forward to this new chapter that'll be sure to feature super intense battles with non-stop appearances by the elites of each universe. We got the key visual, which is what we see here. Looks pretty nifty despite the repeated use of the same character art at least twice. Nevertheless, it is still pretty distinctive and has just the right amount of hype nestled within its artistic attributes. We know for sure that we've got a good mix of our favourite characters, or at least some of them, readying themselves for the fight of their lives alongside the two Omni Kings and the Grand Priest. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Other than the fact that the artist that made this obviously likes the copy-paste tool. As of this video, we are about 12 episodes into the Universe Survival Arc. We've had the initial premise of the Universal Destruction dealie, the Zen exhibition match, most of the recruiting for the Universe 7 team, and just generally preparing for the Tournament of Power. Plus, the reintroduction of number 17 after 20 years of no-shows. Man, his two-parter ended so lacklusterly, he deserved better. Oh well. Judging from past Dragon Ball Super arcs, the Universe Survival Arc looks to be around 20 episodes in length, maybe more. It's certainly going to be way longer than the Battle of Gods and Resurrection F arcs, both 14 and 13 episodes respectively. Is it going to be the same length as the Future Trunks arc? About 20 episodes? Possibly. If that turns out to be the case, then we've got about 8 episodes left until the arc's ending at about episode 97. Doesn't that seem a little hasty to you though? We don't even have a major hint as to how the tournament's going to go. We don't have that hook yet, which means we'll have to just come up with our own. So today, let's come up with some ways that the Universe Survival Arc could end going off everything we know as of episode 88. Remember, this is all based on speculation, reflection, and guesswork, so things might not be identical to the ultimate outcome, but this is all pure guesswork right now. This is all for fun, and if I'm wrong with this, then I'm perfectly okay with it. Ready? Let's go. Number 1, the boring one. Universe 7 wins, the Omni King cops out. Yeah, okay, let's just get this one out of the way. This is probably the most bland and predictable ending imaginable, at least in my eyes. Universe 7 wins the Tournament of Power with Goku being the last man standing. Sure, we may get some cool fights before then, with the likes of Hit and the Pride Troopers contributing quite a lot to the proceedings, as well as the as of now unknown fighters, but other than that, it plays out like everything we've seen before with Goku getting the win. Boring. To further compound this blandness and actually add frustration, remember that whole Universal Destruction dealie? The whole thing that was kind of underpinning the entire arc, which practically gave it its identity? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The Omni Kings either forget the idea, say that they were never intending to do that in the first place, or they said that everyone fought so well that everyone gets to live. Seriously? Seriously? All that build-up, all that peril, all of the consequences that could have ensued based on one of the biggest threats that you could possibly do? Universal destruction? And just nothing? Pass the salt, please. Number 2. the not so boring one. Universe 7 wins, a big bad shows up. We up the ante a little bit with a twist to the proceedings. Universe 7 wins the Tournament of Power, like before. Goku gets the win, like before. But the Omni Kings honor their agreement of the Universal Destruction Dealie. Goku, or one of the other surviving Universe 7 fighters, probably Gohan, gets to wish on the Super Dragon Balls. The selected fighter wishes for all of the universes that the Omni King destroyed to be revived. Unfortunately, the phrasing of this wish, as done through an angel, probably Whis or another angel, is a little too literal. Instead of just the 7 universes that would be destroyed by the Omni King's promise for the Tournament of Power, all of the previous universes that the Omni King destroyed are revived, including the 6 ones that Zeno destroyed earlier on, like billions of years ago. It is then revealed, probably by the Grand Priest, that these universes were destroyed for a good reason. A big bad had corrupted the worlds inside those universes, and Zeno saw it fit to destroy all of the worlds and realms so that big bad could never spread to any other universe. Maybe this might be the introduction of Demigra into Dragon Ball Super. Who knows? Either way, this ending would be a lot easier to swallow and could possibly extend the arc for a little longer. Number 3, the quite interesting one. Universe 6 wins and Champa's decision. Let's up the ante even more by saying that another universe wins instead of Universe 7. What? Yep, Goku doesn't get the win this time. In fact, nobody from our universe does. The fact that Universe 7 is the persona non grata of the Heavenly Realm guarantees that most of the teams out there are going to be gunning for Universe 7 right from the get-go. Goku and the gang hang in there as best as they can, but ultimately it's all for naught. Universe 7 loses, and another universe, probably Universe 6, given how they're entwined with the show, gets the win and the wish on the Super Dragon Balls. Champa most likely takes the credit for the win and bullies the best fighter, most likely Hit, into wishing on his behalf. If Hit is the best fighter, then he probably doesn't really care all that much anyway, so he just lets Champa do his thing. Champa is about to wish for something selfish, but then remembers Beerus's act of kindness back in the Universe 6 arc. Champa is both saddened and disgusted at this memory. As a result, he wishes for all the inhabitants of Universe 7, on all the 28 planets, to be moved to his universe. Everyone on Universe 7's Earth gets to go to 6's Earth. Beerus and Champa patch things up, somehow, and act together as twin gods of destruction for Universe 6, probably renamed Universe 5, given how there are only 5 universes left now. Number 4, the very interesting one. Another universe wins, and the Grand Priest goes nuts. Now this is where things get interesting. Another universe wins, not necessarily Universe 6. Universe 7 is wiped out at the very last minute, and Goku is barely hanging in there before ultimately being thrown out of the ring. The Omni Kings are saddened at the fact that Goku lost because they've become rather attached to the mortal. They make a decision right there and then and decide not to destroy the universes after all, just to save Goku. The Grand Priest is left aghast and confused. When he hears the Omni King's reasoning for the move, to save just one mortal, something snaps inside the Grand Priest. We're not quite sure as to the scope of the Grand Priest's power because it varies depending on what you watch or read. Sources say he's either the strongest or the 5th strongest in all of reality. Needless to say, he can hold his own against pretty much anything. If he takes out the Omni Kings, then he could become the Omni King, and therefore enact on the Universal Destruction Dealie. The word gets out that the Grand Priest has gone rogue, and it's up to all the fighters that took part in the Tournament of Power to take him out. They have to try and defeat the new Mad King. This would also make a great opportunity for Toppo and Goku to patch things up and join forces. And naturally, of course, I would want an exchange between Toppo and Gohan given their eccentricities. Ultimately, it ends up with the Grand Priest being subdued and the Omni Kings brought back to life by the Super Dragon Balls. One of the other angels becomes the Grand Priest instead. It could be one of the other universe's angels, or perhaps even Vardos. Number 5, the nuts one. Future Zeno equals Zamasu? Right, okay. This is where things get a little crazy. There have been many inklings that the future Omni King is somewhat corrupted when you compare him to the present Omni King. That's pretty understandable. There are kind of some pointers in the opening theme song, with the different colours and all that something's going on. As well as that whole raising the hand joke and getting it wrong, that might not be a joke. Maybe the power of Zamasu, the noxious fumes from the clouds of Zamasu. Zamasai? Infected future Zeno. Over time, Zamasu's influence begins to take control of the future Omni King, and then one day, he assumes total control of the celestial being. Uh-oh. How do you stop that? The present Omni King? Well, he could be killed off. The power of Zeno mixed with Zamasu could take out just any old vanilla Zeno. What do? This is up to the Grand Priest and the other fighters. Together, they have to stop Zamasu, or Zenosu, I don't know. I'm gonna say that at the end of it all, we are going to get some kind of big move, like a multiversal spirit bomb, probably performed by the likes of Vegito, to band all the universes together and to take out Zenosu. Either the present Omni King is revived by the Super Dragon Balls, or the Grand Priest becomes the Omni King, with one of his children taking on the role of the Grand Priest. Okay, this scenario is pretty far-fetched, but yeah, it's worth a shot. If this turns out to be the case, then I get a feeling that the writers really couldn't let go of the whole Zamasu plot point. Maybe they're trying to redeem themselves from the farcical end of the Trunks arc. They could use this scenario as an excuse to say, oh, that future Trunks thing? That wasn't the real ending. No, this is the real ending. It could ease the pain a little, perhaps. I doubt it, though. Fans may forgive, but rarely do they ever forget. Now, these are just 5 scenarios which could occur based on what we know. Odds are that between now and the end of the arc, new plot devices and new plot twists could then just sprout up from nowhere and change everything. All of this could be out of date ultimately. But for now, let's just think about the insane, wacky, interesting, awesome, and dull consequences that could happen. It's our duty as fans to share, speculate, debate, and connect with one another about what we think of our favourite show. To spread the good word of Dragon Ball across the land and the internet. For now, let's just sit back and watch the magic unfold. On the whole, the Universe Survival arc has been pretty entertaining up to now, and if it can just keep up this level of interest and then stick the landing, then I think the short to medium term future of Dragon Ball Super is quite assured. So what do you guys think? Do you like the scenarios that I've presented to you? Do you have your own ideas for future storylines? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you later!